I've worked as a therapist for 12 years, long enough to know that most people don't really come to be fixed. Not at first. They come to be heard, understood, sometimes just to see if they can say the unsayable without someone flinching. I pride myself on being good at that. I've heard confessions, secrets, griefs so large they suck the oxygen out of a room. I've worked with trauma survivors, offenders, people on the edge of society, and those who walk into my consulting room holding so much pain they tremble under its weight. And I do the work, week in, week out. But nothing prepared me for the client who came one winter evening, the one who said they could only be seen after dark. It started with a simple email. I need therapy, but I can only be seen after 6 p.m. Please, it's important. I can't be seen in daylight. I was hesitant. In winter, 6 p.m. in the UK means total darkness. I normally avoid evening appointments for new clients, boundaries, safety, the whole routine. But something in the wording of that message stuck with me. It was the kind of insistence that felt like a last resort. Against better judgment, I agreed. I pushed another client forward, made space, and I remember thinking, this feels like bending a rule that shouldn't be bent. But I overrode it, like we often do, convincing ourselves we're being kind when it's really just curiosity. They arrived at 5:58 p.m. exactly. No early buzz, no loitering, just suddenly there. A tall, pale figure wrapped in a long dark coat, no umbrella despite the drizzle. They gave no name, just a glance. Their voice was low, and even when they finally spoke, no inflection, genderless almost. I've never liked labels, so I didn't press. Inside the therapy room, I kept the lighting warm. Dimmed lamp, small salt rock glow in the corner. It felt too dark, but I didn't want to make it feel clinical. They sat without needing to be invited. You don't record your sessions, do you? No, only notes after. You're free to read them at any time. Good, that's good. There was a long silence. You've worked with the dying before. Yes, palliative care. Grief, loss, that kind of thing, yes. But not with someone who has already died. They smiled when they said it, the kind of smile that tries to be polite but misses all the muscles that make it human. I waited, assuming metaphor, disassociation, delusion. That's what I do. I wait, I hold space. Tell me more about what you mean by that. It's not a metaphor. I don't lie in here. Isn't that the rule? The rule is honesty, as much as you're comfortable with. Then I should tell you, I died once, and something came back in my place. They were calm, unsettlingly so, no fidgeting, no adjusting in the seat. Their gaze didn't flicker or scan the room like most people's do. They just stared right at me. I still remember what it felt like, the moment of slipping, like falling between cracks in reality. And then silence, deep, unending silence. I was taking notes in my head now. Dissociative episode? Psychosis? Grief expression? When did this happen? Does time matter in your world? In mine, everything happens at once. That was the first time I noticed it, the cold. Not the usual winter chill from the windows. This was something else, like the room itself had lost its pulse. I'm not here to be saved. I'm here because the veil is thinning again, and I thought maybe talking would slow it down. What veil? The one that keeps you from seeing what's already in the room. There was another silence, heavier now. I felt watched, not by them, by something else. They leaned forward. You hear them too, don't you? At night, when it's quiet. Who? The ones that scrape at the edge of your dreams. The ones who wait for you to forget your name. I felt a strange dizziness. The room felt just off. It was like the lamp in the corner flickered, but it hadn't. My notes blurred on the page. You shouldn't have let me in, but it's too late now. Their face changed. No, not visibly, but the feeling of their face shifted, like looking at a photograph that's been tampered with, subtly wrong in ways you just can't quite explain. Do you want to see what I see? I think this might be a good place to pause. I stood up. The session was barely 30 minutes in. I never cut short, but my body was reacting now, flight or fight. My instinct screamed. I tried to open the door. Locked. I didn't lock it. Then who did? You did. The moment you let curiosity override caution. They stood slowly, taller than before. I can't be sure. My mouth, it went dry. I remember my name. It was taken from me when I crossed back over, but I remember yours. I've seen it written in the other place. I stumbled backwards. The salt lamp exploded, not shattered, just ceased to exist. Gone, like it was never there. You help people carry their pain. Do you ever wonder what happens to the weight you take on? Leave. Now. Too late. You've already crossed too. That's what this is, a crossing. They stepped forward and suddenly I was back in my chair. Time hadn't moved. The clock still said 6:24. They were seated as if they'd never stood. Let's continue. I have more to share. When the clock hit 6:50, they stood. This has been helpful. I feel clearer. They walked to the door. This time it opened. No key, no resistance. Next week, same time? I didn't respond. They smiled again. That same incorrect smile. You might start seeing things, by the way. It's normal. Side effect of proximity. And then they were gone. I don't know what happened that night. I've checked the CCTV. The timestamp glitches at 5:58 and again at 6:50. I've scrubbed the client log. The name never appeared. But every Thursday, 5:58 p.m, I feel a shift in the air, a coldness, and sometimes I hear a soft knock. I haven't opened the door since. I still don't know if I had a session with a ghost, a hallucination, or something far older. But I do know this. Some clients don't come for healing. Some come to leave something behind. And I think it stayed.
I got nightmares in my head, I fear that the thoughts build up until I can't hear, that my mind fills up into a creature, and it haunts me somewhere much deeper.